Welcome to Reef and Pondwise. It's another fantastic morning in the hobby. Now, on this channel, we talk all about reef and pond keeping. So, if you love the hobby like I do, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Today's video is a quick update on how we're progressing during the season, the natural transition from pond opening to where we stand today, coming up on Memorial Day. It's hard to believe that I started doing these videos on March 2nd of 2021, and we're coming up on Memorial Day already. So I also want to share with you guys a couple of things that you can do to get started as beginners. And so let's kick it off with the review of where we're at so far with the pond opening. So as we pan around here to the right side of the pond, I wanted to show you guys what has happened here recently with the algae growth. And at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and post an earlier video where you can see the algae growth that was on that return pump coming up that supports that waterfall. And I just wanted to give you guys a quick transitional update here, because looking at that video, this pond looks completely different, as it does every year at this time of the year, once the pond is open and running. So the earlier videos that I've shot did not have the top waterfall. It did not have the aquatic plants in the bog pond up there. The lakes weren't hooked up, and the algae was exactly what I love to see in the hobby early on. But as you can see, even the walls of the pond have considerably changed, and that's because I'm dosing the appropriate amount of beneficial bacteria every week, and I've got my pond dive fully executed. And so guys, if you're new to the hobby and you're looking at ways to get into a pond or an aquarium, this is the channel for you. And now I want to talk a little bit about what you need to do to get started as a beginner in the pond process. So the first thing you want to do is what we did here: determine where you want your pond. So get busy. The future isn't waiting. Go ahead and dig a hole. Find out in your yard where you'd like to have a pond and dig a hole. And once you've dug your hole, you can start thinking about how big you want your pond. This is a pretty large pond. You don't need one this big. If you're a beginner, you might want to consider something a little bit smaller. But candidly, we have added on to this pond 3 times. And the original pond size was about 2 feet by 6 feet on this side, and that was our original, which is twice the size now. But the original waterfall that we had was half of that size, and we just had a water feature, and it was a little Home Depot preformed pond, and we had that there for probably about a year before we got the bug and decided to add on. From there, we added on to this section of the pond, added that water feature over there, and we had that in place for a couple of years. It was plenty big, but we kind of outgrew it. We set up here back at that particular time, and that was perfect for us. But as we continued to progress in the hobby, then obviously we wanted it bigger even yet, so we went ahead and added on to that piece, and voila, you came to this piece. So the big thing is to get started. Once you dig your hole, then cover it with a darn liner and get rocking. Once you determine where you want your pond, where you're going to be sitting, I always recommend that if you're going to be digging for a pond, try to put it a little bit closer to your house, so that you'll have a spot that you'll enjoy your pond. And go ahead and just keep the progression going. So once you got your liner in, fill the darn thing with water, install a pump. The biggest thing with this hobby is don't procrastinate. The future isn't waiting. So get going, get started before you're ready. If you dig a hole, you're not going to sit there long before you realize, oh geez, I dug a hole in my yard, and now I need to cover the hole, otherwise it's going to deteriorate in the weather elements and all the things that happen in your yard. So you're going to want to throw a liner in there to go ahead and protect the hole that you dug. Once you put your liner in, start putting water in. After you put water in, go ahead and install a water pump so you can keep the water circulating. It's just a hobby where, you know, you can think about it, and you're never going to have it. You're going to think about what I need here. Did I do this right? Am I going to do this right? The key is get started before you're ready. Once you install your water pump, install a filter so that you can circulate your water and make sure that, you know, you're cycling your pond. Once you've done that, you can start, you know, placing rock around the pond, whether you do a preformed pond like we did when we started over here, or you buy your rock and install it around the pond. You can start thinking about where you want your pond placement, rocks and ledges and all the things that will make your pond transform, like this one does every year from spring to summer. It's just a great way to get the rocks and your design kind of in flow, keeping everything moving. From there, you can start adding plants. Your aquatic plants, every year we do these annuals. We have some perennials. It's a good variety mix of colors and things that we like around our pond. So, you know, once you've got your plants and you've ensured that your pond is cycled, then you can think about what you want as far as fish. Are you going to keep a koi pond? Would you like a little garden pond with a water feature, something that circulates water so that you're able to relax in your backyard and enjoy what you've created? But the key, guys, is get started before you're ready. The pond is a must-have in this world. And the reason I say that, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is if you want a zenful place to relax in your backyard and never really want to leave home, I don't care if you have a large pond or a small pond, the running water and the just the ambiance, the things that you'll have, and you'll be surprised where this hobby can take you, will help you relax. And believe me, we all need a place in this world to relax and take that to the next level, and that's your backyard pond. So guys, I hope that this didn't sound like a motivational video. It's not meant to be that, but get started before you're ready. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and remember, anyone can build a pond, but it takes someone special to keep one, and that someone special could be you.